Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you my ultimate guide of gift ideas for a family with food allergies. So I'm going to break this down into two main groups, for young children and then for anybody or parents and all the above. So stick with me as I go through this massive list of ideas. First of all, one thing that my kids wanted you to know is that your kids don't want to get only allergy focused toys. so these are all ideas of items that have helped us throughout the years. None of these are curated items I just found on Amazon. All of them are things that we have owned, used, enjoyed. There are a couple that we actually haven't played with, but I saw recently when I was doing research that I think are really neat ideas also. But almost every single thing here is something that we use day to day and we have found helpful in our allergy journey. Unless you've seen every single one of my videos, you probably don't know that I have a teaching degree. So all teachers are going to start with books for kiddos. So these are some of our favorite books for learning about food allergies. And my current two favorites for little guys between 2 and 6 years old are these two. It is I Can't Have That, I Have Food Allergies, and The Bugabee's Friends with Food Allergies. These are both adorable and they're not allergy specific, which is one reason I love them so much. And they both have positive messages about food allergies. I do have a longer video about how I've taught my kiddo about his food allergies. So you can check that out if you want to see a more detailed description of these. Also, this was the first allergy-focused book we ever got, Allie the Allergic Elephant. It is allergy-specific to peanuts. However, it does have very cute descriptions, and it does talk about keeping one another safe and whatnot. So it is a super cute book. My kiddo does have a peanut allergy in addition to others, so we've always used it. But if you don't have a peanut allergy, you may want to just find one of the other options. If you have a kiddo that's going to be going to school soon, these are two books that I also really love. Bentley Goes to School is perfect for preparing a child to enter a public school setting. So it talks about things such as how to stay safe in the lunchroom and things like that. And then Someone in Our Class Has Food Allergies is another great choice. This is one that I just purchased before the school year started. I didn't give it as a gift to my kiddo because he wouldn't really see that as awesome, but he does love having books about allergies in our home library, and he does choose to read them for bedtime stories quite frequently. My next favorite idea for kids are toys that help them learn about their food allergies. So obviously, these aren't things that you need to play with all the time, but they're things that we've purchased over the years that are really helpful, and they are great gift ideas. My first would be toy food sets. There are so many great toy food sets out there. We personally love Melissa&Doug. One of the reasons I love them so much is most of their items are wood, and so they don't have places like those little air holes from molded plastic toys where it's hard to get them clean. As a frugal mama myself, I am a huge proponent of buying things used. I'm just always super mindful, especially for my allergy kiddo, if I'm able to wash them thoroughly enough for him to use them safely. Never buy something used for an allergy family without their permission because you don't know what that toy has been through. One thing that we really love doing with Play Food is using it to teach safe versus unsafe foods. I use these little stickers to label even our Play Food with safe versus unsafe foods. Next up is there are awesome medical toys. So I love our Melissa&Doug toy doctor kit. And so leading into my kiddo's doctor appointments each year, especially the big allergy ones where he's going to be blood tested or things like that, we do a lot of role playing with our doctor's kit, as well as watching things like Doc McStuffins. They have positive mindset about going to the doctor. So we do a lot of role playing with that. Again, you can check out my video if you want to know more, but we love our Melissa&Doug Play Doctor Kit. And the best find that I have had, and maybe the one thing that you should buy from this entire set, is that the Our Generation toys at Target have an allergy and asthma relief kit. And okay, so my kiddo is 5. He is not into dolls, has no interest in dolls, but he loves his stuffed animals. And this is perfect for stuffed animals. So I'm going to take out all the pieces so you can take a look. Here I'll show you a video of all the pieces individually so you can take a look at what they look like. They are super duper tiny, so I think this said for 3 and up. First of all, I love that there's a self-carry bag for the stuffed animal. My daughter wanted it to be a crossbody, but this particular stuffy, it wasn't fitting that way. One thing to note is that the allergy alert bracelet, the stickers that come with it, there are spots for 4 different allergies on the bracelet itself, and then there were only 6 allergy stickers, so not all 9 were represented. So we chose to use egg, milk, peanuts and tree nuts, sesame, obviously mustard, our allergy was not represented, and I believe there was fish and wheat. So it was missing like shellfish and a few others. But anyways, we can just say that our stuffed animals did not have the same allergies as us and just move on with our lives. So this is adorable. And if you have a kiddo 3 and up that has asthma or allergies, you can't go wrong. And my kiddo already was enjoying playing with it and giving his Steffi his inhaler last night. So I highly recommend it. It's awesome. For my kiddo, one thing that I ask for every single year, I mean, he's almost 6, but he does have eczema. And because of that, every single year I ask for footy pajamas that are thematic. One of the reasons I do that is because oftentimes when his eczema flares throughout the winter, we need to slather him with Aquaphor after a quick bath. And the footy pajamas just keep the Aquaphor off of the house. So then it's just his legs, everything's covered, it's contained. I don't have to worry about things getting greasy and whatnot. And making them thematic things that he loves means he's more likely to want to wear them, which is the goal. It's one thing that my kiddo got a few years ago were these cute puppet socks. And so I don't think they're making these anymore, but I'm going to link in the description box. I believe I found some puppet socks on Amazon that may not be quite the same thing, but could also be helpful for your family. What we do is, because my kiddo's hands have the worst eczema on his entire body from washing them so much at school and whatnot, we slather him with his meds at night and put puppet socks on them. That way the moisture is locked in and the puppets are a fun way to encourage him to put them on. My next gift idea is an awesome lunchbox. So if you have a kiddo that is getting ready to go into school, or maybe they just need a new lunchbox. So our favorites right now are these Bent-Go kids lunchboxes. My kiddo uses it every day. Now, one of the reasons I love it so much is when you start looking at some of the lunch boxes, there's just a lot of pieces to clean, and I find it very overwhelming. I prep my kiddos lunch the night before almost every single night, and it just really helps me out in the morning. So this only has 2 pieces to clean. This inner tray goes in the dishwasher, and then the outer shell you have to wash by hand. But if you'll notice, this piece is not removable. It stays on here and you wash it in place. So there's only 2 parts. 2 parts only. So that's my main reason for loving this one so much. And it's affordable. I think you can get them on Amazon for like $25. I do have the larger version for my other kids, which is nice because they eat so much more food. So they normally have a full sandwich and then their sides. Oftentimes my middle schoolers bring other sides too, like a bag of chips or something like that. But again, these are one of our favorites. I do have the Ami lunchbox. So this is really cute. And this was my kiddo's, one of his Christmas presents last year. If you haven't seen it, it is also leak proof between the sections, and it comes with this removable thermos that you can put inside. So that still provides a lot of food options available. Now, here are my honest opinions about the Ami. It is super cute, and it does hold more food than the little kid version of the Bent-Go. I need to purchase little containers to fit in here for his dips and things, because the one I have didn't fit correctly. So the one time I sent it to school, it leaked ketchup out because it was not sitting down inside the container. Well, they do sell some things that I could purchase. Maybe that'll go on his list this year. I don't know. My other feelings about it is that I'll remove this. This part is supposed to be removed every time and washed. It's supposed to be washed separately. And so by the time you start taking all these pieces out, it's a lot of pieces. So you have the thermos, you have the ring for the thermos, you got all this. Okay, so when we compare it to the Bent-Go, there's just a lot of parts. And the only other issue I have is I've used this with my kiddo and before, and he loves having the warm food option. Loves it. It makes it school lunch really fun for him. But when you put really hot food in this and then it has to wait a few hours, it creates sort of a vacuum seal, so he's not able to open the thermos component himself. So what that means is he has to wait for a teacher to come open it. That does mean that he is more likely to have like a cross-contact situation. I mean, the adults at school know about his allergies. They know how to stay safe and whatnot, but I'm always a little wary of other people touching his food. So for that to be said, I do really like the Ami. I enjoy it, but from the standpoint of having to clean it all and the opening, it's not my favorite lunchbox. So
I wanted to add, just because the Ami is not my personal favorite lunchbox does not mean it's not my kiddos. Here is his nice warm lunch for today. He has a warmed up hot dog, chips, grapes, ketchup, and a little treat. So I recommend it with reservations for the mama who has to clean it, but it is still an awesome option.
My last favorite idea for a kiddo with food allergies is some of their favorite allergy-friendly treats. So my first thing I would say to that is never buy a food allergy family food without their permission. I always recommend asking them what they like and what they eat, because our specialty treats can be so very expensive. You would hate to spend lots of money on something that they're not actually going to eat and enjoy. But a few of our favorite brands would be in things such as No Way chocolates. I've mentioned that in some previous videos. They have a lot of specialty chocolates online that you purchase from their website that are shipped to you. You can't find them in any stores, at least not around me. So that would be a great idea. Yum Earth candy are some also great ideas. There's so many varieties of them. You can often find them at Target throughout different holidays. They sell them packaged individually for like school dispersal, giving out for school treats and whatnot. Do know that Yum Earth candies are top 9 free on their ingredient list. So if you are a family though that requires a top 9 free facility and free top 9 free packaging lines, that is something to look in very carefully before you purchase them. We personally have never had a problem with any of their products. However, there are multiple allergens that are packaged on the same facility lines. So keep that in mind and do your research. There's lots of normal candy that you can buy too. Things like Skittles, sweet tart, not sweet tarts. Oh my goodness. Let me read my list for you so I don't get them wrong. All right. Dum Dums, Skittles, Pez, Mike and Ike's, Smarties. Lots of the brightly colored sugary candies are often safe for our kiddos as well, with top 9 allergies. But again, run it by the family that you're going to purchase things for, just to make sure that is something safe for them and something that they will enjoy. There are other allergy-focused items that we have really found useful in our family that would make great gifts. However, I wouldn't necessarily call them great Christmas and birthday gift ideas, depending on the person, just because they're so allergy focused. They're just sort of like good to have, but not necessarily exciting. So one of them would be our Allermates bags. I have a video of the 2 Allermates bags that I have. This is more of the self-carry bag that I have for my kiddo. He doesn't actually use it as self-carry, but if my husband's just taking him out or something like that, this is the bag they bring. I have, again, a video in the description box of both of my bags so you can see them. Another idea is I got on Etsy. There are lots of allergy-focused Etsy producers, Etsy creators. What are they called? People who are selling items on Etsy. So this is a shirt that I got for my kiddo, but there are other like customizable Etsy shops where you can purchase things such as this. There are also allergy alert bracelets. Road ID is one of them, as well as Allermate sells, allergy alert bracelets that you can get for your kiddos. All of those are really great ideas and could be great gift ideas for someone with food allergies. But I would always consult them first before purchasing them, and knowing that our kiddos may not be very excited about an Allermates bag for Christmas. But my kiddo does choose to wear this shirt on many days at school just on his own, so he does enjoy it anyways. All right, now is the part of my recommendations on ideas for parents or adults with food allergies. So first, I'm going to start with some parent ideas. One idea for you is that I got this book called The Food Allergy Fix. If you are someone or know someone who's interested in learning about oral immunotherapy, OIT, or SLIT, sublingual immunotherapy, I found this book super helpful in understanding both of those a lot better and to be a better advocate going to our consultations. This is by Dr. Sakina Bajawala, and she is a specialist, a pediatric allergist who does SLIT and OIT in her office. And I would say reading this as a food allergy mom, This is the first thing that I have read about food allergies where you know the author understood your complex kiddo. So I got like halfway through. I read the entire thing in one day. I think it maybe took me 2 to 3 hours. But I just felt really understood. Kiddos like mine that have had a whole lot of food allergies, oftentimes they're just kind of mystified. Our first allergist was like, oh, I've only ever seen one kid like this in all my years, and that was not very comforting. And so finding a pediatric allergist that just gets it and knows how to help is an awesome resource. So I highly recommend this book, and the Amazon link is in my description box. Again, all of the links down below are affiliate links, and they do help support my channel if you're willing to use them. So thanks. All right, my next idea for parents of kiddos with food allergies is an awesome cooler. Oh my goodness, do we need good coolers in our house and in our life? So when we went on our road trip this summer, I borrowed a great friend's cooler that was an Amazon version of a Yeti cooler, and it was amazing. I prepped all of our food, all of our meal proteins for the entire week-long trip before we went, and I had them frozen in the bottom of the cooler, and we only had to update the ice, like put in new ice every other day. It was awesome, and it is the perfect thing if you're going for like a quick weekend trip to a water park or things like that. I highly recommend an awesome cooler, whether it be Yeti brand or other ones. Just a cooler that can keep your safe foods cold for a really long time is awesome. All right, next is tips for a food allergy mama. My favorite gift ideas and recommendations for you is to buy gift ideas for her that fit her hobbies. So for example, if a food allergy mama doesn't love baking and doesn't want to make her kiddos homemade treats, then maybe don't spend all the money buying her cake pans and things like that. But on the reverse side, if it's someone who absolutely loves making those special cakes and wants to learn how to make cakes and desserts for their kiddo, then by all means buy them all the things. One of my favorite gift ideas are experiences and whatnot that help us in our hobbies. So even paying for like a cake decorating class, all of those would be great ideas for a food allergy mom. Also, other baking things that I recommend that I have used, baking and cooking appliances. I absolutely love my Instant Pot, my air fryer, and my Bosch mixer. Oh my goodness, they are all amazing. The Bosch, if you want to be able to whip out massive amounts of bread or huge batches of cookies, the Bosch is the way to go. It holds so much food. So all of those will be linked down below if you want to take a look at them. Also, anything that's a self-care item for a food allergy mama is a great idea. Things such as gift cards to safe restaurants to give her a break from having to cook all the meals. You know, again, all these things you should ask for their opinion on before purchasing, just to make sure that they're things that would be most helpful. One thing that I have gotten from my husband over the years was a solo stove. So my husband absolutely loves bonfires and things like that, but all of our kiddos have asthma, and it is really not okay for them to sit by a smoky fire for a long time. So I purchased for my husband about 3 years ago for Christmas, a solo stove bonfire. And then last year I purchased him the surround that goes around it. If you have small kids, I do really recommend the surround if you're worried about them coming up and touching it, because the outside of the solo stove does get really hot. Now they are advertised as a smokeless fire pit. I would say that there is still some smoke. I mean, you're burning something after all. Anytime we're going to have a bonfire, my husband goes outside and starts the fire about an hour before the kids are going to come outside. And then that does allow the fire to get going, and then it is most smoke-free after an hour. Also, it does depend on the type of wood you're using. Hardwoods are going to be your best choice for a smokeless fire. If you're choosing pine or things like that, don't expect good things to come of it. You're still going to have some smoke. I saved one of the best for last, and that is, I cannot recommend the HeatsBox Go enough. So the HeatsBox Go is a battery-powered, self-heating lunchbox that lets you bring your safe food with you wherever you go and warm it up. I have a very, very detailed review of the HeatsBox Go that I will link below and have at the end of this video. And HeatsBox Go is an investment. So I believe it is about $180 originally, but I do have a coupon code. So if you use the code Erin10, you'll get 10% off all of your HeatsBox products. If you are someone who is in the workforce and you are traveling back and forth from work and you need to bring safe food for you, HeatsBox does have plug-in devices that are similar, and those could be a great option for you instead. Then you could just bring your inner dish to and from work and just pop it in the HeatsBox on your desktop about a half hour before you want to eat. Also, I didn't think I mentioned it already, that this also has an app, a digital app that goes with it. And you can pre-program when you want your food to be ready. Now, the HeatsBox Go is supposed to be ventilated. There's this little vent thing you're supposed to pop, and it's not supposed to be in like a sealed backpack when it's heating, and that's for safety. However, what you can do is within 2 hours of when you're going to be eating, you can pop in your inner dish, put the lid back on, set it on the desk or wherever you're going to be, and have it pre-programmed to turn on so that your food is ready when you want. I took this with us to a birthday party a few weeks ago for my kiddo, and he wanted to have hot dogs at this birthday party. So what I did is I had it pre-programmed, all set and ready to go. I knew that we were going to eat within 2 hours of us getting to the birthday party at one of those jump house place trampoline parks. And so I just set this on the table by his stuff at the birthday party table. It was pre-programmed for his food to be ready at the time the other kids were going to be served. And then I just went and monitored him the entire time at the trampoline park. And when it was time for the birthday boy to open his presents and have his pizza, my kiddo's food was already ready and warm, and he just got to go ahead and eat his safe hot dogs while everyone else had their pizza. It is amazing. I recommend this for basically anybody with food allergies. In addition to that, I was on the hunt for the perfect bag to carry my HeatsBox Go in. And as anybody like me, they have their sanitizer with them and baby wipes everywhere. I purchased this bag on Amazon, and the main reason I got it is because we were going to be going to an allergist out of town, and I knew I'm going to be having a lot of meals over the next year or two that are going to need to be meal prepped for my kiddo to go to those doctor visits. And so I found this bag. Now, the HeatsBox Go is not supposed to be put inside a cooler, just for its battery and usage. It's not recommended to keep food cold. And so they recommend using your meal prep containers and put those in a cooler and then keep your HeatsBox separate. So what I have done is this 2-compartment lunchbox is perfect for the HeatsBox Go. So if I'm just going and I need one meal, I can put the HeatsBox Go in the bottom compartment of this, and then it's ready. Let me get it unzipped for you. So you can see I have my containers stored in here. So here's a meal prep lid, and I have my two already in here. This bag can hold all 3 meal prep containers that I have in it at one time without bulging. And so that means that they can be all stored safely in here and kept cool until you need them. And then the HeatsBox Go fits in the top compartment. So that meant when we went to our allergist appointment out of town, I was able to bring all the food for my husband, kiddo, and I for a whole day meal prepped in this bag. And then when we went to leave the allergist, my kiddo ate breakfast on the way to the doctor, and it's a 2-hour drive. So it warmed up. He ate his pancakes and sausage on the way. Then I recharged the HeatsBox Go in the car before we got to the allergist. When we were almost done with our allergist appointment that was like 3 hours long, I swapped the containers and went ahead and turned the HeatsBox Go on, and it reheated our hot dogs before we were finished at the allergist. Then we were able to hop in the car and eat our safe hot dogs before driving home. And I still had his dinner meal prepped and already ready in the bottom of the cooler, just in case we hit bad traffic or something like that on the way, to make sure that I had food prepped for his whole day. So anyways, here is my favorite item for food allergy families would be the HeatsBox Go and this cooler bag to go with it. There's also another cooler bag that I will link in the description box that has more color options. I did try out multiple different bags to see which one fit the best, and this one that I'm linked below looks a little different than the one I tried, and so it looks like maybe it'll be much closer to this version and have more color options. This one only comes in black and gray. So if color is important to you, I recommend you check out one of the others linked below. My last favorite gift idea is one from the Minimal Mom. I absolutely love her channel, and I've been on a hunt to try to minimize the amount of stuff we have. I know that this video is about a lot of stuff, but these are things that we've accumulated over the years, and they're all things that I find super helpful for our allergy journey. But in general, I absolutely love experience gifts. Things such as Zoo Pass memberships, or concert tickets, or an experience going someplace that we might not be able to go otherwise. Those are all of my absolute favorite things. So last year for my kiddo's birthday, we took him, his whole entire birthday present was a set of concert tickets and backstage passes to meet his favorite artist. And as a 5-year-old getting that for your birthday present, it's going to be some big shoes to fill, because every single week he still talks about meeting Matthew West and how that was the best birthday present ever. So I don't know how we're ever going to top it, but experience gifts such as that are awesome because they're not food focused. You can have amazing experiences, make memories with your family, and those are oftentimes the best gifts ever. All right, friends, I hope you found this video useful in prepping for your holiday shopping season, whether it's Christmas shopping or a birthday gift. None of these, you can't go wrong with any of these gifts any time of year. Would you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell, and then you won't miss any of my new upcoming allergy-friendly content. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.